that activities are as a result of our coordinated efforts to enhance national security and protect the lives and properties of our citizens. It is indeed important to emphasize that the key to our successes and achievements recorded in the last 1 year has been the robust interagency collaboration. These collaborations have ensured that our security operations are comprehensive, they are strategic, and they are effective. It is worthy of note to state that not all our results can be reported at this time. This is as a result of the sensitive nature of some of the informations which are linked to ongoing operations as well as future operations. Nevertheless, we will share as much as we can from the security and the defense sector. This, we believe, will go a long way to counter misinformation, disinformation, and fake news. We also hope to galvanize support of citizens for ongoing operations across the country, as well as involve citizens in our dealing with the security challenges across the country. Now, I will begin with the Office of the National Security Advisor. There's need to look at what the office has done over the past 1 year. The Office of the National Security Advisor has been pivotal in coordinating national security strategies and ensuring synergy among various security agencies. During the period, the Office of the National Security Advisor successfully hosted the high-level African counterterrorism meeting. The meeting brought together African heads of governments, including our Commander-in-Chief, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who served as the host president. It also brought the United Nations Deputy Secretary General and leaders of other key global bodies. The discussions during the meeting focused on stability in the Sahel region. Overall, at the end of it all, the discussions garnered significant commitments to combat terrorism and violent extremism. Relatedly, the Office of the National Security Advisor also facilitated the second leg of the United Kingdom Nigeria Security and Defense Dialogue, bringing together security and defense chiefs from both countries. Furthermore, in collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Office of the National Security Advisor initiated series of economic security measures against currency manipulators and speculators. The Office of the National Security Advisor also coordinated efforts in areas of human security and food security. There were also significant interventions to resolve several national issues. All these are in consonance with the increasing population-centric approach to national security since the beginning of the current administration. I will now move over to the Armed Forces of Nigeria and the defense. The Armed Forces of Nigeria is in a good and strong position in the war against terrorism and their cohorts. Indeed, many of the terrorist leaders have been killed, several of which are named in the past. And we are making these terrorists pay a much heavier price than we are forced to pay in our ongoing counterterrorism and counterinsurgency operations across the country. During the months of May to June, which covers the period of this brief, May 2003 to June 2024, which covers the period of this brief, the potency of the terrorists was largely degraded, with 9,303 terrorists neutralized across all theaters. The armed forces also arrested 6,988 terrorist logisticians and informers across the various theaters of operation. And we rescued 4,641 kidnapped hostages during the period. Notably, 9,562 terrorist combatant fighters and their families surrendered to security forces during the period. And in the fight against oil theft, 1,437 perpetrators were apprehended, with 363 neutralized. Additionally, 245 kidnapped hostages were rescued, and all these led to a marked improvement in the prevention of oil theft in the Niger Delta region. The joint operational environment, coupled with the synergy among the security and intelligence agencies, greatly assisted in the optimal performance of troops in the conduct of these operations. Now a look at the maritime sector. The operations yielded significant successes, including indeed troops operations denied the oil theft of over 91 billion naira within the period. Troops equally discovered and destroyed 3,051 double pits, 1,276 boats, 3,924 storage tanks, and 408 vehicles. Additionally, the Nigerian Navy, in specific, in the conduct of anti-crude oil theft operations, recovered significant quantities of illegal refined products amounting to millions of liters. Now we can cross over to the intelligence sector and see how they have played their role in support of security situations in the country. The Department of State Security and other intelligence agencies played a critical role in safeguarding our national security through intelligence gathering as well as covert operations. The seamless interagency coordination ensured timely utilization of provided intelligence. And I will say, for instance, Several intelligence-led operations have prevented numerous threats, attacks, and criminal activities across the country. Also, several high-profile terrorist commanders and their associates were either taken off the battlefield or apprehended across multiple states as a result of the intelligence provided. This prevented potential catastrophic incidents from occurring within our country. Intelligence activities led to several confiscations, which included illegal items such as improvised explosive devices, firearms, ammunition, and dangerous psychoactive substances. Additionally, the second in command of the notorious terrorist, alias Fullfire, identified as Mr. Teka Atoba, was arrested as a result of intelligence provided. Also, over 21,000 pump action guns, 440 pump action rifles, and 228,741 rounds of ammunition were seized by these agencies. Other items include seized suicide jackets and lethal weapons. Now, these seizures prevented potential attacks on citizens and security forces across the country. Additionally, criminal activities involving illicit petroleum products were disrupted and resulted in about 50,000 illicit liters of petroleum products being impounded. All were as a result of the intelligence provided by our intelligence agencies. Furthermore, intelligence disseminated to the South-South region contributed significantly to a reduction in oil theft. Now, what has happened in some of our intelligence agencies? They have new directories which were established to enhance transparency and democratic principles, promoting security and economic stability through intelligence sharing initiatives. The intelligence community continues to provide both foreign and domestic intelligence services that are timely and actionable to government. Other intelligence activities to keep a tab on dissidents, secessionists, and transnational organized crimes involving Nigerians, as well as drug trafficking, human rights, human trafficking, fraud, cybercrime, money laundering, and immigration-related crimes were taken on. The intelligence community continues to provide both foreign and domestic intelligence services that are timely and actionable to government. Now, the intelligence service collaborates with other services in furthering common national, regional, and international priorities set by government. This has led to effective representation of the country in regional and continental security platforms such as ECOWAS, CISA, and other regional and continental organizations. We can now flip over to law enforcement agencies. And with the law enforcement agencies, there's no other place to look first than to the Nigerian police force. The Nigerian Police Force and other law enforcement agencies have undertaken significant reforms and operations to enhance public safety. These include restructuring and reforming the intelligence department and reopening the Nigerian Police Intelligence School. It also involves the launch of the Special Intervention Squad, as well as collaboration with international partners alongside the School Protection Initiative and the deployment of helicopters for train escort along the Abuja-Kaduna route to enhance security measures. Now, digital support systems like the Nigerian Police Force Rescue Me app, this app has been launched and has led to some significant successes. The Nigerian police during the period of the year arrested 4,796 armed robbers. I will add suspects because they will not be taken to court. 3,068 kidnapped hostages, 2,474 suspects were arrested by the Nigerian police for rape and sexual crimes, and 1,213 suspects were arrested for unlawful possession of firearms during the year. The police also arrested 3,523 suspected cultists, 3,381 suspects for murder and homicide, and 13,382 suspects for other offenses. Additionally, the Nigerian police rescued 1,713 kidnapped hostages, recovered 2,566 firearms, as well as recovered 19,310 ammunition of all calibers. Also recovered 1,465 vehicles and motorcycles over the period. After the police, we can look at the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps recorded significant feats to bolster internal security and secure critical infrastructures across the country. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps established the Safe the School Response Coordination Center. They also foiled over 48 school attacks and kidnap attempts nationwide. They equally launched the Controller General Mining Marshal. These mining marshals combat illegal mining activities, dismantling 1,975 illegal mining sites and 165 illegal refining sites across the country. The illegal refining sites were uncovered and dismantled. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps also enhanced communication initiatives. They promoted public awareness as well as embarked on sensitization programs across the country. Now to the custodial management. The pivotal role in law enforcement played in custodial management cannot be overemphasized. Custodial management ensured the proper care, rehabilitation, and reintegration of inmates into society. During the last 1 year, the Nigerian Correctional Service focused on enhancing custodial practices. This was achieved through enhanced inmate training and productivity, increased revenue from correctional farm centers and vocational skill workshops, as well as educational advancements for inmates. Inmates' welfare was improved, and this was done through the distribution of beddings, uniforms, and hygiene materials, coupled with access to health care. Efforts to decongest custodial centers through fines, renovations, and expansion have been significant during the period. Meanwhile, staff welfare was enhanced through the promotion of 10,000 officers and men of the Nigerian Correctional Services, as well as their working conditions improved. Now to the all-important anti-corruption crusade, as well as the efforts to combat cyber crime. The lead agencies in the fight against corrupt practices, namely, is the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, and both agencies evolve anti-corruption initiatives that have been significant in maintaining law and order. Some of these initiatives resulted in the recovery and forfeiture of assets. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission, for instance, made significant progress in the fight against economic and financial crimes by securing 3,412 convictions and recovering vast sums of money, both in local and foreign denominations. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission recovered several amounts not limited to over 161 billion naira, over 21 million cryptocurrency equivalent in dollars, as well as over $43 million among several other recoveries of currency that was made by the Commission. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has also taken several bold steps to combat corruption, including the investigation of several politically exposed persons, including former ministers and governors. The agency launched a crackdown on internet fraudsters and currency racketeers, securing over 50 convictions since the beginning of the administration. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission set up a task force against naira abuse and dollarization of the economy. And this task force is working to protect the sanctity and strength of our naira. To prevent corruption, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission established a fraud risk assessment and control department to identify vulnerabilities in government agencies and launch preventive measures. The Independent Corrupt Practice Commission, on the other hand, recovered over 66 billion naira in cash and rent on forfeited assets. Additionally, assets worth over 5 billion naira were restrained and over 366 million naira was forfeited through judicial processes. During the period, there were 131 investigations conducted by the ICPC that led to prosecutions, while 18 convictions were secured. Furthermore, education and training programs were organized with 25 training sessions and over 2,244 participants. Also, diverse public education and enlightenment programs led to the implementation of public awareness initiatives. Now to the Nigerian Customs Service. The Nigerian Customs Service generated exceptional revenue of about 4 trillion naira during the period. Some trade facilitation initiatives were also deployed by the service. And these include the implementation of the time release study, the advanced ruling system, and the authorized economic operator program. Additionally, officer skills and automated processes were enhanced through capacity building and technological advancements. Through the upgraded infrastructure development, the customs strengthened its operational capability. Also, the custom strengthened stakeholder engagement, facilitated, which led to a more integrated approach to custom operations. Overall, significant seizures of contraband goods, illegal arms, and narcotic substances contributed to our national security efforts. Now to the Nigerian Immigration Service. The Nigerian Immigration Service, through implementation of the e-border project, deployed e-gate solutions for border governments. Additionally, the Immigration Service enhanced border patrol and surveillance through the launch of vehicles. The immigration also during the period completed several infrastructure development projects, such as the e-border data center, the command and control center for operations of API and PNR system was also completed, and the e-gates for passengers clearance at 5 of our international airports were deployed. The full automation of passport processing significantly improved service delivery, as many can attest to. Additionally, the integration of solar power systems ensured uninterrupted operations of the service, hence more and greater efficiency. Furthermore, Technological upgrades facilitated seamless integration with border control systems. The Immigration Service also conducted public sensitization and enlightenment to raise awareness about the dangers of irregular migration. Now to our emergency response agencies. NEMA and the Federal Road Safety Corps are the lead agencies in providing emergency response. Their activities have been effective in achieving national resilience and security. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, distributed food and livelihood items to farmers affected by the flood and Nigerians impacted by various disasters across the 36 states and the FCT under a special national empowerment and livelihood initiative. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, also stepped up timely response in the coordination of intervention efforts in the forms of search and rescue in various disaster situations. These include fire incidents in Lagos, Adamawa, Maiduguri, explosions in Ibadan and Kano, to mention a few. The National Emergency Management Agency also conducted a detailed assessment of these disaster incidents in collaboration with state emergency management agencies and provided relief support to the affected persons. The National Emergency Management Agency also delivered 42,000 metric tons of food commodities nationwide and provided relief to communities affected by the drone strike in Tulumbi, Kaduna State. Now for the Federal Road Safety Corps. The Federal Road Safety Corps recorded notable reduction in road traffic crashes during the period. They also have, in addition, patrol vehicles, ambulance, tow trucks, and motorbikes to improve their response capabilities. The construction of office complex and the establishment of area and unit commands by the Federal Road Safety Corps enhanced the operational efficiency of the Corps. Additionally, the Federal Road Safety Corps during the period introduced new laws such as the Federal Road Safety Corps Training Institution Establishment Act 2023, as well as the Speed Limit Prefixing Regulation 2024. These have had significant impact in improving road safety measures across the country. Furthermore, the Federal Road Safety Corps collaboration with Dangote Group helps in improving road infrastructure and safety measures in several areas. The Corps also recruited over 3,500 personnel during the period. Now to our future outlook. Looking ahead, security agencies will focus on the following strategic priorities. We will focus on strengthening intelligence sharing mechanisms to preempt and counter security threats more effectively. We will focus on strengthening mechanisms to ensure a people-oriented approach to securing our communities. We'll focus on investing in advanced technologies and equipment to enhance the capabilities of security forces. We will focus on deepening partnerships with international allies to tackle security both regionally, globally, tackle the challenges as well as leverage on best practices. In summary, we are working decisively to address insecurity and ensure the safety of citizens. It must be reiterated that the lifeline of the terrorists and other forms of insecurity across the country, that lifeline is the people. That lifeline, I repeat, is the people. Accordingly, winning the war without the support of the people is close to impossible. It is for this reason we call on all citizens, the private sector, NGOs, religious bodies, and other stakeholders to support efforts of the security forces. Through the strengthening of our interagency collaboration, we have achieved so much. And it is indeed indicative that much more can be achieved, which will be achieved. Overall, together, we can achieve even greater security and prosperity for our country. We will continue to strive for a safer and more secure nation. Thank you.
Your home live to GTV Africa, live from our defense headquarters. And today has a separate, a special event that combines the briefing of
We have come to
all dimension.
now
It
we
takes
have come
another
to
dimension, and the dimension takes
question
a joint briefing coordinated by the Office of National Security Advisor, brought all spokesman of the security forces together, and these.
If you see the logo of anybody behind me, of any agency behind me, that means the agency is here present. You ask your question, direct it to the agency, and then you will get the response. But as already been mentioned, take note that take note of time.
Like I said earlier, all the spokesperson of all the agencies are already together in the house, and the briefing is coordinated by the Office of National Security Advisor. And in the house right now, I have that of Army. Army is in the house.
Good morning,
Navy,
everyone, please.
Air Force,
My name is Joseph
Police,
Ndu, and I write for
DSS, and others.
My question is,
Other parastatals,
directed to
paramilitary
civil
are
defense.
also in the house.
There has been constant electricity blackout in the Northeast due to the vandalization of
Well, this is the
transmission
period for
towers
question and
throughout the
answer. If
country,
you do have
and
any
this has
question,
been
you
going
are
on
free
for some
to
time now.
send in
Despite
questions,
several
and it
efforts
will
by
be
the
taken.
transmission company of Nigeria to restore power in that part of the country, bandits have continued to vandalize those towers and steal some of the equipment there. And the people of the Northeast have been in blackout for some time. And we all know that it is the mandate of the civil defense to provide security to
I must
the
let you
nation's
know that
critical
right in the house
infrastructure.
we have
So I want
EFCC,
to ask, what
we
is
have
that agency
immigration,
doing to
ICPC,
stop this
civil defense,
vandalization of our
together
nation's
with
critical
others,
infrastructure
are
across the
already
nation,
in the
especially
house
in the
for
Northeast?
the joint briefing. In the house here, Peter Afnaya is the Dr. Peter Afnaya is standing in for DSS, while ACP Muyiwa Adejobi standing in for police.
Standing for civil defense. In the course of my brief, I reeled out quite a lot of achievements by the civil defense. Now, when we talk about our national infrastructure that is one of their key roles in protecting, I can say this. The civil defense are indeed deployed across our nation. You have them in every state of our nation. And we do have them carrying out that critical role of protecting our national critical infrastructure for the country. In specific, to the Northeast, you will know that that is a war zone. And because it is a war zone, the critical infrastructures there are secured alongside with our troops. And because it is a war zone, the military is not only fighting the terrorists, we are also coming in to support the protection of this critical infrastructure. In the situation that we find ourselves, we are doing the best that we can. Can it get better? Definitely. And we are working towards making it better. Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, we are still on question and answer.
Good morning, sir. My question is related to custodian management. My name is Olayemi Eson, Spicy. The custodian management, that is the Nigerian Correctional Service. And of course of your presentation, sir, I was actually expecting to know the numbers of correctional centers in Nigeria and the number of construction, rehabilitation, or whatever. Because recently, between last year and now, we have the congestion of our prison, and we have pictures on the internet, which we actually published and we talked about it. But they gave us hope that there will be change, there will be was improvement and all that. So I want to know the number, I don't know if they're here, the number of correctional centers in Nigeria and how many have been rehabilitated or constructed or something. Then I actually want to ask NDLA question, but they are not here. I don't know why they're not here. NDLA. So they are not here. So I think maybe the next meeting we can invite them. Thank you, sir.
Okay, do we have the correctional officer here?
I'm here.
Okay, you can answer?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Umar Albakar and I speak for Nigeria Correctional Service. As at this week, we have over 80,000 inmates on watch. And speaking about the facilities we have 256 custodial centers cut across states of the Federation. And talking about the information rehabilitation program of National Service, I think I will be bold to say that in the current dispensation of this administration, we have made a very huge, significant input in behavioral change of the inmates under our custody. Currently, we have about 6 of our inmates undergoing their PhD degree program in our facilities, and 3 are already writing their thesis. Also, we have over 200 of our inmates undergoing various degree programs. This is in an effort to reform for the ease of their integration back into society. Maybe I should also show here that we have an inmate who has written a book. The book was out of sight for a decade, which will soon be launched. And the extent of reforming this image is nothing other than to improve public safety, because it is only once they have behavioral change through the regimes of our program, those who actually want to go through educational program are given the opportunity at no cost to them, are given the opportunity to develop themselves. And those who actually want to go through some of our skills acquisition programs are given such opportunity to learn what they actually have in mind to go through. And I want to say that we have over 20 skills acquisition programs currently across our facilities, which is available for the inmate to actually learn. And on the issue of the infrastructure, upgrade of our infrastructure, currently there is upgrade of our facilities, which is ongoing at the Custodial Center and Suleja, which actually was at the eyes of the storm when there was rainstorm. And not only these 2 facilities, but the federal government is also making effort to see to the landlight of the 3,000 ultramodern custodial centers, which already that of Kano State in Jambuza has already put in use, and that of Kashi will soon be inaugurated for use also. This is all in an effort to decongest our custodial centers. I don't know if that answers your question. Thank you very much.
So after this one, we'll take one more and then we're done.
Hello, sir. Sir.
Okay. We'll just take 4 more. That's all. 4 more.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, yeah.
My name is Martin Suti. My question is directed to the EFCC. I don't think they're here. EFCC, so I don't waste my time. Okay, they're not here.
You can ask your question. We will.
During the report, you get mention of the numbers of people we call Yahoo boys, the increase of Yahoo boys in Nigeria, particularly in FCT here. It's on record that most of them are being occupied and terrorized by these Yahoo boys. But they contribute to the astronomical increase of house arrest everywhere now. They are everywhere. Most of our boys are finding it very, very comfortable to go into the street. I want to find out, is it a pressure? Is it becoming overwhelming on them to reduce these numbers of young boys, or why have they not declared a state of emergency? Because this is becoming a real menace to this country. Thank you so much.
Okay, the secretariat is here with the question, or if you can write it down with your platform.
Yes, please
Write it down. Let's hear the secretariat, we can show you the answer.
Okay. Thank you. So, let's go. Don't worry, I'll take your questions. I'll take all of them.
Good morning, sirs. Thank you so much, sirs, for this opportunity. I know that most of the challenges that the media house does have is trying to reach all the agencies and security forces independently, but this gives us an opportunity to indeed just have one go at things. Well, for me, I must commend the situation in the country for the last couple of months. I think it has indeed really improved. But I have a worry, and my worry is from a text message that I got this. Apologies, please. My name is Ferdinand Duroha from Arise News. I have a worry, and the worry is from a text message that I got this morning. And it is that there's a freedom of information. There's a freedom of information request that has been with the Ministry of Interior and the Prison Service for about for close to 2 months, precisely since the Suleja jailbreak. And it has not been responded to. And to that effect, we hear that there might be a suit. There's a suit coming up on the 17th of June before Justice Omotosho at the Federal High Court. And that's because perhaps through collective efforts, we might have arrested criminals and then put them in our custody in the consider centers. But when the consider centers are not secure enough, for whatever reasons, these people are out there. After this later incident, we did not get pictures, we did not get names of those who escaped. And that's the bearing of the Freedom of Information Bill. We do not know if that response can be given now, or if perhaps it will be looked at and then through a press release, let us have that response. Thank you.
Sir?
Yes, that's correctional center, please respond. Thank you, Professor. On the. Okay, please speak, go ahead.
Let me talk to our listeners on the unfortunate incident of Suleja jailbreak that gave way for about 120 inmates that escaped from our custodial center. I want to say here that there is a very huge effort from the service to recapture the fleeing inmates. And I want to say it here that we have been able to recapture so far about 23, which are that are back to our facilities now. And about the biometrics, this week I want to make it very clear, or I want to say it very clear here that by the grace of God this week, we'll have the pictures and their details out, because we are working with other security agencies that have been able to, get their pictures and other details of them. So this week, our ICT unit are also working in collaboration with NSA and the Immigration Office, and there is huge effort in the recovery of such information that is needed for us to put at the public space. You will get in this week. And about the issue of information that we are talking about, anything that has to do with security, you must get your facts right before you put it to the public space. And that is the cause for the delay of the release of the pictures and other details of the image. But I want to say it here that we are done with it and come back. Thank you very much.
Yes, okay, yes, sir, go ahead. I'm coming to you, sir.
Good day, senior officers and spokespersons. My name is Kingsley, command of Vanguard newspapers. I want to direct my question to the spokespersons of the armed forces of Nigeria, the Navy, Army, the Air Force, including the police. Let me start by saying that in recent times, there has been an upsurge of suspected bandits into the FCT, as the military in its operations are dealing with these criminal elements in this north central, northwest, and other parts. There is suspicion that most of them are infiltrating into the FCT. Therefore, we would like to know what the security agencies are doing, because instances abound, breaking into homes, kidnapping, which is being tackled and several other unpalatable incidents that are happening in Abuja. Then, for the fight against insurgency and other criminalities, we know that the military, for instance, the Air Force are having a smooth ride in the fight against bandit camps and the occupation of ungoverned spaces. We would like the spokesperson of the Air Force to let Nigerians know how the Air Force intends to improve on the successes so far and sustain this assault on them. For the police, let me just end it there.
Okay, I think let's start with the police. You can speak about the kidnappings he's talking about them.
Well, thank you, very senior officers and gentlemen of the press. I want to react to the issue raised incident. I'm sure you are aware that there was a time that it was so very hot for residents, but we rose to the challenge. I'm sure that the defense even directed that brigade to join us in some of these operations we carried out. We employed a team comprising all security agencies in the federal capital territory, and we launched on the special intervention squad by the Inspector General of Police to give very good support to this team in the federal capital territory. We were able to estimate the activities of some of these criminally minded individuals who were terrorizing the federal capital territory. And we have sustained this effort. We have sustained this operation in the federal capital territory. I'm aware that we are trying to incorporate all the states in this north central region of Nigeria to support the federal capital territory. The proximity of the FCT to some of these states is worrisome because some of the criminally minded men who may want to integrate the federal capital territory, they are not taken care of from these states. FCT too may not have that side of the lead. We are, the proximity of the Bari local government alone, how it shares boundary with Kaduna, and Kogi is there, Nasarawa is there, Niger is there. So I think there is a platform now, and I'm sure and I'm aware. I think the Office of the National Security Advisor is working on something to make sure that all these states come together to work and form a formidable network to tackle some of this. Because if we tackle the problem in federal capital territory, and we don't tackle these problems in these neighboring states, we have not done anything. So all these things are being put in place to sustain the fight against some of these crimes and criminality within the federal capital territory. We have arrested many of them. They have been charged to court. On a daily basis, the federal capital territory with the team, as a task force on ground in the FCT, they rate them on a regular basis and they charge them to court. So we are not folding our arms. We know that the FCT is the center of unity, represents the sovereignty and the symbol of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So we are putting our hands on deck to make sure FCT is safe. And the same thing is extended to all areas of states across the country.
Yeah. Now, let me say something because you said something about the armed forces. Many use this opportunity to explain something that everyone should know. Probably it hasn't done in well. The armed forces is making good strides. We are making good progress in decimating the terrorists, taking out their leaders, several of which we have named in our briefings. And I will say that as regards to our operations, we are making the terrorists and their cohorts pay a much heavier price than we have. I will just leave it at that. So I'll take several questions together so that we can just round it up.
Yes, sir.
Starting with you, sir. Yeah, Mr. Odita. No, Mr. Odita.
Good morning, everyone. I want to join my colleagues in commending the military command for bringing this, for giving us this opportunity to interact with ourselves. My first question. My name is Idowi Samuel, Daily Trust Newspapers. I want to welcome Mr. Dele Oriwale of the EFCC. There was a question before you came in, but I won't go to that. Since the last day, some of us who are on ground when the EFCC carried out an operation in Wuse Sonto regarding the former governor of Kogi State, and the subsequent events that followed, where the chairman of the commission promised certain things that if that operation was not successful, he would resign. So Nigerians want to know. They have been saying, media have compromised. They are not reporting it again. So we want to find out what is the update regarding that issue. That is number one.
Okay, no question.
Number two, sir. The standard of operations of the security establishment in the country are there. I don't know whether they are interwoven, they may be related. So I want to direct this question to because we have been asking some information, and this is an opportunity for us, especially the DSS. There was an incident in Ogun State where the operatives of the Department of State Civil Service entered into the courtroom or something like that. So what they use this forum to get clarifications regarding that particular incident in Ogun State. Thank you very much.
Okay, yes, sir. You do respond. Sorry, I'm coming to you, sir. I'm coming to you.
Yeah, morning, sir. My name is Odita Sunday. I report for the Ghana. First question is a follow-up to Ogakinski's question. Recently, there was a viral message, a kind of intelligence that was shared on. It went viral anyway. That some terrorists are coming from Quarry Forest, Kaduna State, yeah, and they are approaching Buraka area, which is Abuja. Please, I want DMO to let us know if they got this intel and what they are doing about it. Okay. My second question.
Please, we'll now try and limit questions to one.
Okay, let me just because
you can ask it.
I've sent this questionnaire to Mr. Dele. He did not respond. So this is a very huge opportunity. I must commend this initiative, and we pray it will be sustained. I sent the questionnaire, and which could help correct impression being created by outsiders against Nigeria. Royal commentator Michael Cole on live British TV said Nigeria is a dangerous destination that should be avoided. He further noted that there is an industrial scale that wholesale internet fraud with young men defrauding British young ladies, and that none of this is being prosecuted. He insisted that our country does not deserve a royal visit as embarked upon by Duke and Duchess of Sussex. how is the EFCC taking this wide allegation? What has EFCC done to save Nigeria's battered image as internet fraud capital of the world, in quotes, as alleged by code? What can be done to redeem Nigeria's image? Help us with data on your achievements against internet trespass since the new chairman came on board. Thank you.
Okay, so,
Sir.
yes, sir. Please make it one question.
I'll try to reduce to one question. I'm going to ask like auditor. Well, my name is John Okosha, first name, news narrative. I like to join my voice on commend the conveners of this gathering. It's to me a one-stop workshop of high integrity and high caliber military personnel and evidence.
Question, please. Question, please.
Image breakdown of the agencies. I like to fire my question to the police. Yeah, I listened to you when you were responding to Kingsley's questions. This is a follow-up to that. In Abuja, from experience, during the rainy period, crime seemed to be on the upsurge. I would take, for instance, the airport, along the airport area, the Lube area, during the rainy period, there seemed to be high crime rates. So, listening to you while you are responding to the earlier question, I think there is a gap. Something was missing. You know, right now we are in the rainy period, and I want to hear what device or what method or mechanism you have in tackling crime and criminality in Abuja, particularly this area that I mentioned.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Sir.
yeah.
Morning, sirs. My name is Lord Isaac. I work for Channels Television. My question is related to the Office of the National Security Advisor. Since the call by the NSA for the full implementation of the Cybercrime Act, it appears the police has focused the implementation of that act only on the state. And I've had, in fact, I had to go and download the act to read it all over again. And I found that the act does not make room for indefinite detention. And the police will arrest the journalist, will not disclose your offense, will keep you beyond the stipulated time until people begin to make noise. They will now release you, or they will say they release you on bail. And whether by coincidence, somehow when these arrests are made, the FBI is not always in town. So to even reach it becomes, yes, incidentally, coincidentally, it is not always in town. So I want to find out, this Cybercrime Act, is it only meant for journalists?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have the last question here.
Thank you so much. My name is Bemija Olamikong with GTV Africa. My question is directly to DSS, but partly NIA. Recently, the attack on military is increasing, especially that of Abia State. And I know Department of State Security Services are good in knowing things ahead of time. Sir, what happened? That the intelligence was not totally useful as at the time of the attack in Abia State and others. What will DSS do to avoid, so that the security operatives will avoid this type of attack? Thank you.
Okay, so thank you. We'll close the floodgates of questions. Thank you. We are close. So now, okay, madam, please.
break into people's houses and rob and kidnap as well. The same people, they usually come with police uniforms, sometimes vests, and most of the apparatus they come with are usually recognized as police arms. Yes, because when they approach, you see them, you feel these ones are security people, and you just open the door for them. I don't know if your uniforms and those arms are easily accessed, that they can easily have, yes, and cause harm into the residents of the FCT. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll start with the response from the Office of National Security. Okay, he will take it last. Please address as it concerns you, sir. I think we'll start with the police again. Sorry, sir.
Thank you, sir. Well, let me start from where so they do that question. I'm sure you are aware that everything in life is positive and negative. Even in simple law of electronics by duty, you have negative, you have positive. You have original, you have fake. So if you say some people are entering your houses and you put on police uniform, I think that almost all our uniforms in Nigeria have been tampered with. And you see where we even parade some on military uniform. Even EFCC that just started wearing uniform now, people have been using their uniforms in most cases. And even the DSS, their uniform is suit. People always use suit to run. So there is nothing special about it, and we just need to be very careful. It's not that we give arms to them. Most of these arms they use are carted away from our fallen heroes. Some of our soldiers, policemen, civil defense officers have been killed. They take away some of their arms to go and operate, and we are arrested. I'm sure when you follow the presentation of PM1 or every Thursday, you see that many manufacturing centers have been closed down, and in fact are closed down where they manufacture illicit arms. The same thing, the police has showcased most of this to you to know that we have people who manufacture some of these arms locally, they fabricate them. They don't fabricate them to beautify our museum. They do to operate. And that's why you see we are now supposed to make sure we break the chains of supplies, manufacturing, transportation, supplies and use of illicit arms and ammunition in Nigeria. We focus on attacking these industries, attacking gun runners to make sure that an average criminal is a normal human being is not harmed and it's not on drug. You can even beat him up and beat him to stupor. But once they are harmed, there's something else. And that's why we focus more on breaking the chains of supplies of illicit arms, drugs, and what have you to them. So in FCT, if you see people coming to your houses to say they are in police uniform, they are also uniform, I think most of these areas are being policed by the FCT. FCT has a team. It's not only the police that's working in federal capital territory. That's one good thing about them. All agencies, including federal capital development board, old security outfits are working with them. And you can still do more in this area because every community is to be policed. Don't leave the job to uniform men alone. You are just the paid agents. Every Nigerian has a right under the law. The CPA has, I think, Section 12 empowers on every Nigerian to arrest. So don't wait for us to arrest those that are suspect. You can arrest as a community and hand over to the police or the process security outfits to you in your community. Then on the issue of can I have to the cyber,
Yes, sir.
or you want the NSA to do God was arrested with the NSA?
I think the comment from you will be fine.
Well, let me say this. Police operate on many laws. Defamation of character is a law defined under Cybercrime Act in most cases, and the criminal acts of this country describes defamation of character as an offense. So if somebody has defamed you, or somebody has done a complete something wrong against you, as a Nigerian, you have the right to do it. I may decide as a trained policeman not to even use Cybercrime Act to prosecute you. As a policeman, as a trained prosecutor, I must be able to lay my hands on many laws to nail you if I want to nail you. So forget about whether the NSA has called for the full implementation of Cybercrime Act. The police can lay their hands on any laws to prosecute anybody. And mind you, the fact that somebody is a journalist doesn't mean he has immunity against other things. You are criminally liable once and offense are laid against you. And the police has the duty to take it up. All Nigerians, they have a fundamental human rights and they need to enjoy the fundamental human rights. We have cases that people have been raising allegations against the police on this issue of implementation of Cybercrime Act 2024 as amended. Let me put it on record that if a petition has been written against you as a journalist, I think the best thing you should do as a trained journalist, a certified journalist, is to honor that invitation and get across to the office of first ground. None of them that have been victimized, quote unquote, according to you, have not contacted me. They will not. And I want us to get it clear that most of these people, everybody's a journalist, most of them will practice journalism in Nigeria. But the fact is, we have not, police has not arrested anybody from any mystery media per se. Even if they invite you, people here can testify to it, they will reach out to me and I will call the IPO that was the matter. Nobody. But most of these bloggers that are coming up now, they always run foul of the law because they want to break the news. You can't break the news without confirming from the parties involved. And you need to balance your story. And once you are invited to come and clarify issues, don't run away from the police. We are human beings like you. We are complete homo sapiens like you. So come to us, we'll be able to assess this. And don't say, because they have been arrested, they were adopted. I disagreed and I challenge some platforms why you say security operatives and get adopted journalists. We don't adopt, we arrest. And if the arrest is wrong, you tell us why the arrest is wrong, then we tell you why the arrest is right. We face challenges because many of you don't really understand the legal framework. Where the law is applicable, if you are not aware, you pick an offense against us for enforcing the law. All enforcers, law enforcers in Nigeria are bound to experience all this. So I want to clear this, I've clarified this, that we are not obliged to even send petition to any suspect enforcers. It's not a mark of respect. We are sending to, there's no law that says you must invite somebody before you carry on this investigation. No. We can only honor you by saying, okay, let's extend the invitation to you. Let it come and stay. But where you don't honor a petition, we'll go to court and get warrant. Once we have that warrant, we can even declare you wanted. That's the law. You can declare you wanted and you can arrest you anywhere. The only way you want to arrest me is at the House Chamber of the National Assembly or the House of Assembly, or you're in the church and still respecting that in the church. Anywhere you are, they can be. We don't adopt, we arrest. And once you're on bail, once you have been arrested, your statement is taken under caution. In the law, you are to be granted bail. There is substantive your team. And that's another problem. You don't tell me your police in your office will stand your team for you. No. If you are not a substantive your team, the police will not release you. Anybody to you. You need to get it right. And once you're on bail and you jump bail again, the shorty can be arrested to replace you or to look for you. So it let us, gentlemen of the press, it is not that we are applying cybercrime acts to withhold you, to harass you, to oppress you, or we don't want to support freedom of the press in Nigeria. No, it is not so. Let us rather talk to ourselves, and we are thinking to have a joint workshop so that we understand certain things. Where somebody is writing what to write, I'm not saying you should not be a whistleblower. But if you want to be a whistleblower, you must get your facts right. And when we're investigating, you have stumbled on certain contents on your phone. Like you're demanding for ransom that if you don't want me to publish, pay me 1 million naira. That is not a journalist. That is not journalism. So let us get it right. If you want clarification, we are going to give you information on certain things. But when we get to the bridge, we shall cross the bridge. But there are so many things we are still preparing now. We don't want to be parading certain journalists, but we have seen and stumbled and we've covered content, enticing content, that some of them are demanding for ransom. If you don't want me to publish, give me so million of naira. And those big ones, I think they are big. It's going to surprise you by the time you want to expose their deals. That is just it, and that is why. Thank you.
Okay, now we'll go to EFCC, and then after EFCC, DSS.
Well, I want to thank my colleague, Ido, from Daily Trust, concerning that question he asked about my chairman. I think this is a very, very good opportunity for me to clear the air about the exact thing, because all along they have been putting him out of context. You know, he didn't make a blanket, free range, unconditional statement that if Yabelo is not arrested or anything like that, he will resign. What he said, and I want to be placed in proper perspective. He said that if Yabelo, if he was not arrested, then there will be no basis for him to go ahead, you know, to arrest or to arraign or to prosecute anybody. He was talking about the need to prosecute Yaya Bello. And I think it is public knowledge that the EFCC is already in court. I mean, there is no basis for him to resign again because he said that if Yaya Bello was not prosecuted, he will resign. But Yaya Bello is already facing trial. I think we all know that by June 13, 2024, there is another court appearance before Justice Emeka Iwete of the Federal High Court, where we are expecting that he will make himself available. At the last court appearance, the judge was very, very angry that all along his counsel and all the people that are standing, that are holding brief for him, they are not rightly advising. So the judge said that by June 13, 2024, if Yaya Bello, did not make himself available in court, the rightful judicial measure will be taken against him. So the EFCC chairman, he said that as a demonstration of his passion, commitment, sincerity in prosecuting whoever is involved in any economic crime. So he's in court. We are in court against him. His counsels are coming. They are taking his charges. And so there's no basis for the EFCC chairman to decide because the trial is on course. Now, concerning the issue of what Odita said that he sent that have not been responding, I think this is an opportunity for us to understand the fact that, but for the activities of the EFCC, the situation of internet fraudsters will have terribly, terribly embarrassed our nation. I'm sure we know that in the last 1 year, the EFCC secured a provision of 3,412 and made a profit of 161 billion naira in just 1 year. And I must take it on record that out of these 3,412 convictions, that were made between May 29, 2023 and May 29, 2024, the large chunk of the convictions, came from internet fraudsters. There is this thing we call business email compromise that is affecting businesses across the country. And internet fraudsters, they are all over the world trying to do this. Many of them are Nigerians. And our needs, we are making frantic and frenetic effort to ensure that all of these people, they are brought to trial. We work with all these international agencies, the FBI, Metropol, Scotland Yard, and all of them to bring them to book. So, what the lawyer said, I think we can rather commend the EFCC because the situation actually would have been worse. So, internet fraudsters, those that are operating in Nigeria, those that are not operating in Nigeria, they are under the watch of the EFCC. Every day we make arrests, we go to court against them, and we are still going on. So I think it is important for us to know that the issue of internet fraud has almost become a pandemic. So what the EFCC is doing is to save the situation, and we are seeing the situation very, very credibly. So it's not enough for anybody. He made an allegation that internet fraudsters are doing this, they are doing that, but he didn't balance it with what is on ground to check their activities. So the commission is at work against them, and no many more achievement is going to be recorded in that respect. Thank you very much.
DSS, please. After DSS, you come to NSA.
Okay, thank you, the DMO, and very distinguished men and women of the pen. Good morning, everyone. usual, Adejobi would always attack us, and he will still claim he loves us. But on a lighter note, one of the misconceptions about intelligence and how it works is that people assume that everyone in suit is DSS, even when he's a pastor or a lawyer. And police is even camouflaging DSS in many ways. And when they want to do some things, they put it on our head. And I'll call him and say, stop. And he say, bear it. On the question about attack of the military in Abia State and asking us what we are doing and why did it happen, and we're even in the military house. It is not about whether or not the military or DSS is doing anything or not doing anything. The loss of life of any Nigerian, whether military or DSS or any person for that matter, should be of concern to all of us. Even when we hear about death of any human being, it's a loss to humanity and it touches all of us. And so if any Nigerian is affected anywhere, we are as concerned as we are if a military officer is also affected. But like the president has said, no military or armed forces or security personnel should be attacked by the citizens they protect. The government has made very clear, forthright statements about the situation. The Abia State governor has also made very clear statements, and the military has also come out very forcefully to make its own statement. And as an agency of government that is interested in the protection of the state and the citizens, we will work with other agencies and in fact the military and security agencies to ensure the safety of our personnel and staff of our armed forces. And we call on Nigerians to please love, respect our armed forces and security agents. So we will do our work, and what we are doing in this regard, we may not say it. Thank you.
Okay, now
Again, no, and there are other two questions.
Oh, okay, so
Yes, please. Let me just by the site say something about the situation in the FCT and the need to strengthen what the first PRO has said. If they say a madman said he won't say anything until he looks for his head and he does not see it, we can't stay if there is any information that any person should give about security and those who are behind the obnoxious acts in our various communities and the hinterlands. Please, whether you are a journalist or any person for that matter, come forward and share your information with us. Come forward, wherever. DSS has offices in the 774 local governments in Nigeria and the 36 states in Abuja and FCT. Come forward or call me. And every day we check our social media handles and websites and emails. People give information. And you can be one of those who can also bring in this information. And direct your family members to us to share what you know, because the criminals live among us. They are even the friends of some persons. So if your family member is behaving in a way that is antithetical to peace and public security or public order, you can also report him or her. And that way, we'll jointly solve the problem of insecurity. So do not shield yourself from responsibility or blame only to think that it's only security agencies that must fight crime. With the national security strategy, every person and every hand must be on deck. After all, every person who has a phone is now challenging traditional journalists. Every person now is a community journalist, publishes news of any kind, and even establishes their own platforms and handles and give news. So if your job is being taken over by every person, then in a way, you can also be part of security management, and that way we have the harmony that we want. In Ogun State, it's very unfortunate that most times journalists or some journalists would choose skewed news rather than factual news. And the difference in all of this, like I have always said in forum of this nature, is that we do not cross-check our facts. Let me make a comparison. If after this meeting, you were going back to your offices and you were hit by a car at Tipa Garage, maybe you were going back to Kubwa and you were hit at Tipa Garage, or even by Sahas Stores is close to this place, would you say you were hit in the defense headquarters? You will not say that. But for mischief, it will rather make you pleasant to say it was when you were leaving the press conference that the DMO sent a car to hit you. And people will believe you. So, Fatai Isiaka and Samuel Oyero, about 14th or thereabout of May, were arrested in Ogun State, in Ilaro or so. There was a case behind that. Over what? Chieftaincy tussle. You know, the government gave somebody a staff of office, one Aziz Akimelu, and some persons preferred Sunday Abogorim, and you know, the camps were. So you want us to cross our hands and watch people destroy themselves and property so that we won't be blamed of arrest of people. So they were, yes, people came to court and people were arrested, but not in the court premises, not at all. It couldn't have been. But because some persons had control of the media, it was good for them to report it from a jaundiced point of view, and they so did. But the DSS, over time, has shown good conduct and has also shown obvious respect for the judiciary. And the judicial officers can bear testimony to this. You can ask the hierarchy of the judiciary in Nigeria, or every rung of the judiciary can testify to the harmonious relationship we have with them. Daily Trust wrote editorial this morning that was a scouting of the DSS. And I won't say we take exceptions to that, because it's your right to express your opinion the way you want, but at least we must continually discharge our responsibility with every sense of responsibility, patriotism, and love for for the nation. You mentioned several cases of Emefiele, Bawa, and some of these cases are sub judice, and I won't sit down here to make comments on them for the reasons that they are in court. I'm surprised that the Daily Trust did not respect the sanctity of the court to come to cast SSS in the negative way that it did. But we have had a very wonderful relationship with the media. The DGSS is not someone who would be in combat with men of the media. We have never been, and we wouldn't want to. The isolated cases, yes, but it's not institutional. So please, once there are things you need clarifications for, you cannot, my doors are open, my lines are open, the DG is open, the service is open. We have an interactive website. You can always approach us to find out what, and we will always give you information once what you are seeking for is relevant to national security management. So we didn't arrest Fataya and Oyewore or Yoworo in the court premises, not at all. We did not, and we couldn't have been. The presiding justice for that was Justice A.A. Shobayo in a lab invested in another part of Area 8. That does not suggest that you were arrested in the army
one of such examples. With this, I will just conclude by saying that this program is going to continue. It's under the auspices of the Strategic Communication and Agency Policy Committee, which is part of the National Security Strategy. Next time you may see us at the police headquarters, or the DSS headquarters, or at ONSA, or elsewhere, or even the custodial center. And we hope that you will support us, report accurately, and democratization is an ongoing process. You can begin to see the opening up and transparency. And indeed, we look forward to you coming prepared, and also on this side coming prepared to work for Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Okay. Mr. Odita, the question we answered, I should say something. Okay. Okay. Well, with respect to the question about incursion into Abuja from Kaduna Forest, this is what I will say. The armed forces is working decisively. We have troops deployed, we have boots on the ground. We are working decisively to kill the terrorists and their cohorts. We are working decisively to stop all forms of insecurity, not just in this situation, but across the country. And we are working to ensure the safety of our citizens. Having said that, I will say that it is important that we are mindful that we are in a time of war, therefore we should be mindful of misinformation, disinformation, and fake news. Just as you watch the TV, the adversary, the enemy also watches the TV. And we sometimes key into it to insert and inject fear. But we rest assured that our troops are deployed, operations are ongoing, and because they are ongoing operations, I'm limited to what I can say about it. But we are just working decisively, like I earlier mentioned, to kill the terrorists and to stop all forms of insecurity across the country. Thank you very much.
Well, it's been getting to 2 hours now for the briefing, joint briefing that you've been listening to. This is coming to an end, and the live transmitting is coming to an end because the briefing has just gone, coming to an end at this moment. Like I said from the beginning, it's a joint briefing coming from Defense Headquarters. Wait till I come your way.
Our departed soldiers and innocent civilian lives lost in the course of our security situation of the country rest in peace.
Well, till I come your way again, I'm Biniga Olanikon. Thank you for being there with us, with everyone in the house.